He is the one, possibly. This is just a person that is in need of some assistance. Okay, this is someone who is not listening. This is a person that's not listening. He's not listening to the advice of his family. He's not listening to the advice of friends or anyone he has come in contact with, potentially even the lawyer. This is all about guidance, introspection. He is not listening. And I don't know if that has anything to do with why he left. Maybe he just didn't want to hear it. This is a spoiled person. This is a kid who got their way and always got their way as a child and continued to get their way as an adult. And when he is told things that he doesn't want to hear, that is when he flips out. And I feel like there could have been advice been given there's advice that has been given to him in the recent days, and that is probably more what flipped him out than anything else. Yeah, there's something here, the Four of Pentacles. This is usually financial material, but in this case, I look at the number 4 as more important, and 4 is foundation, so 4 is home. So things on the home front are amiss. There's something going on in the home. Now, I don't know how long he's been gone. There's a rumor that he just left yesterday. Then there's a rumor that, or people are saying that potentially he left a couple of days ago. I think Tuesday. Okay, so that is more due to the friction in the home, in my opinion. That is not to do with Gabby. It has less to do with Gabby than it does the friction that is going on in the home, because I think that the parents or the family is trying to convince him to do the right thing, and whatever that may be that they're trying to convince him to do, and he does not want to do it. He's not listening. He's not taking any of their advice, and so he took off more, I think, because he's pissed. And again, we've got the 5 of Wands. So this is competitiveness. This is I think that this is coming out as jealousy and anger towards Gabby. This is a competitive card. So I feel like he was very, very, very jealous. And look, we've got like a bonfire. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Outside. I would probably guess that she is in the area. She is definitely, I think, outside in the elements. And there was a fight, and he is very, I'm looking at that King of Wands. Now, I don't really feel like this is him yet, but this is what he's going to evolve into eventually. This is rage. This is rage, pure rage. I look at that King of Wands sometimes as pure rage, and I do in this situation. And I believe that Gabby, I'm looking at these two here. I'm looking at this as the couple. I think that she was no force to reckon with either. She was also very strong-willed, and she had her ways about her. Okay, and she could hold her own, I think, with him, but he was no match for her. This just, to me, I'm not really looking at the age of the king. I'm looking at the comparisons between Gabby and Brian. And I think for the most part she could handle herself most times, but if he really, they're like I said, she was no match for him. If you look at these 3 cards here, that's a lot of rage. That's a lot of stuff going on in their relationship. This is not good. It was very tense. It was very, very tense and intense. And this makes me feel like there was a whole lot of passion, and I think that is good to an extent, but in excess it is not. And so I feel like this is really representing anger. I feel like there was an argument of some sorts. It was an argument, and perhaps she was injured, and he abandoned her, and potentially due to the elements, things are not looking good now. We've got this 8 of Pentacles. This is significant because this came out twice. So we've got a couple of 3s and we've got a couple of 8s. So I kind of feel like this is definitely... What is the significance? Hold on a second. What's the significance of the 8? What's the significance of the 8 of Pentacles? What is it about the 8 of Pentacles? The Knight of Wands. The 9 of Cups. 8 and 9. Okay, so we've got action, emotional fulfillment, and luck. So literally that is the vague definition of each one of these cards. We've got action, emotional fulfillment, luck, Wheel of Fortune. I feel like, to me, this is the hard work that law enforcement is doing. Granted that they are not perfect, right? There's been some massive errors here recently, I think, but I think that they are going to be working very, very hard on this case, very diligently, and I do think that it is going to lead in, they are going to find Gabby. I really do. I believe that they're going to find Gabby. I really am happy that this 10 of, or the Wheel of Fortune came out, because this, to me, I'm looking at it almost as a clock, right? And we do have that Hangman reverse, so I don't know if it's going to happen right away. I don't think it is. I don't think it... I would be shocked if they find her soon, but, you know, there's something about that 8. So could it be 8 days? Could it be 8 weeks? I hope it's not 8 months. I don't think it's going to be in months. I think that this 8 is significant, or 3. 3 or 8 is significant in this case. So, but I don't think it's going to be immediately. There's going to be some time, but I do think that they've been given some information by Brian's mom that is actually going to help with them. This is a little bit of luck, right? But this is a whole lot of work, and I think between the two of them, they are going to have some conclusion in this case. All right. So let me go ahead and use the pendulum. I'm curious. I want to know. Okay. Okay. I want to ask if Gabby was alive on August 26th. We know she was alive on the 25th. I want to ask if Gabby was alive on August 25th. Was Gabby alive on August 26th? Was Gabby alive on August 26th? That's a yes, but it is not a very strong yes. All right. Was Gabby alive on August 27th? Was Gabby alive on August 27th? Damn. All right, so we've got to know. I do believe that the date, August the 26th and the 27th, are important. August 26th and 27th are important. Is Gabby in the Teton area? Is Gabby in the Teton area? Is Gabby in the Teton area? Let me try that again. Hold on. Is Gabby in the Teton area? That's a small yes. That is a very small yes. I'm not getting strong yeses or nos today. This is a very weak yes. Is Gabby anywhere between the Teton area and Florida? Is she someplace else? Is she in a different state? That's a no. All right, so my guess would be that she is definitely in that area. Another thing is, you know, when Brian returned home on September 1st. He had the van. But when he was hiking or when he was hitchhiking and he was picked up by that lady who's been doing the videos, where was the van then? Now, he claims that he told, or this woman that did these videos is saying that he told them, her and her boyfriend, that his girlfriend was back at the van working on their, blog or something like that. So I want to ask, is that true? Was when he was hitchhiking, when Brian was hitchhiking and he said that story, when he said that Gabby was back at the van working on her social media platform, was that true? Was Gabby in the van working on her social media? No. No, that wasn't true. He was lying at that point. All right, so I have a feeling that whatever he is responsible for doing, I think that he did it before that hitchhiking trip. Is Brian responsible for Gabby's disappearance? Is Brian responsible for Gabby's disappearance? Hold on. Okay. Is Brian responsible for Gabby's disappearance? These are very, very weak answers tonight, but that is a yes. That is a yes. Well, it's getting stronger, actually. All right. Will Gabby be found? Will Gabby be found? Yes. I think so. I think so, too. What about Brian? Will Brian be found? Will Brian be found? Yeah, that's a yes. All right. I think I'm going to leave the time alone on that. I want to ask, I do feel like she is going to be found. I'm a little bit confused on the timing because that hangman is making me feel like it's not going to be right away, but then I'm also getting these feelings that it could be soon, like within the next couple of weeks. So I do want to ask this deck here a time frame. When will Gabby Petito be found? When will Gabby Petito be found? When will Gabby Petito be found? Gabby Petito be found? All right, we've got to wait. You're ready. It's up to you. We've got success, so I do think that she is going to be found. All right, guys, I'm giving up. I'm not. There is going to be a resolution, but I'm not getting a time frame. I am not getting a time frame. I think that there's something. We've got peaceful resolution, compromise, success, a waiting card. I do feel like it's not going to happen right away, but I do think it's going to be soon. So I would think maybe there's something with that 3 and that 8. So I am curious to see when she is found. I do think that she will be found. And I do think that, just to recap, I do think that Mom has information. Brian's mom has information. And Brian's mom, I think, has given that information to the police. And it is a key piece of evidence or information that they needed. And it will help them. It's not going to be easy to find her. I think that she is outside in the elements. And so... but I think they are working very hard. They also know that this is very widely in social media right now. It's being covered, and so they know eyes are on them. So I do think that they are working hard because they do want to find her, and I also think that they're working hard because they know people are watching. But they are working hard, and that's what matters in the end, and I do think that they're going to find her. So definitely saying a prayer and sending good vibes out there to Gabby herself, most importantly, and her parents as well. And, you know, let's just hope that they find her and find him as well. Find him as well, because if he is responsible for doing anything to Gabby, then he needs to be held accountable. So I hope the hell that they find him. And I don't think, oh, I know what I was going to ask. Would he harm himself? That was what I knew there was something I wanted to ask. Would Brian Laundrie, would he actually harm himself? Would he harm himself? Just as I suspected, I'm thinking no. That's been the strongest answer tonight with the pendulum. This is someone who, you know, likes attention, is spoiled, very narcissistic. He is going to use something, and you know, threatening to harm yourself is very serious, but I think, and I'm not trying to downplay that by any means at all, but I think in this situation, because it has been told to us that he left a note, and so his parents contacted the police because he left a note and he was gone. I don't think that he would harm himself, okay? He's getting away or he's leaving because there's frustration and he's not liking the situation that he has found himself in. But I don't think that he would harm himself. My guess would be no. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think that he would. But anyway, let's just hope that they find her soon, as well as him. And until next week, guys, have a wonderful week. And thank you for being here. I will see you soon.